in terms of the ETF, you trade the ETFs like a normal stock on an everyday basis. So if you really want to do it real time, you can do it using ETFs, which you can't do using index funds or mutual funds in general. Right. So another question, Swarup, that is coming from Dhyaneshwar is that what should be the percentage of ETFs in your portfolio?
Yeah, see, that is a very interesting question, Ankit, because before that, there is one thing which I'd like to prompt every investor is before you come to investing, let's come to ETFs a little later or active a little later. The first thing the investor should ask himself or herself is why are they investing? That's step number one. You have to have a reason to investing, which we call a goal. Once you have a goal, once you know why you are investing, where you are investing is very easy. So first question is define your goal, and then based on that, you form a portfolio. If your portfolio returns requirement is 5-6%, you need not come to equity at all, is the point I'm making. Right? You can get it out from decent debt funds, right? Or decent debt ETFs. When you come to equity, and today when you look at the data that is unfolding, the percentage of ETFs or passives is directly proportional to the underperformance of active mutual funds to their respective benchmark. If you are getting good active fund managers who are beating benchmarks, then the output or the overweight should be on that part of the portfolio. If you feel that their underperformance is high, accordingly the shift should happen to the passive market. At this moment, if you look at some of the data which is unfolding, and globally the reason passives take over importance is that slowly, when economies develop and markets start becoming efficient, the ability to beat benchmark by active fund managers also diminish. And that data is beginning to unfold in India, hence the discussion or the relevance of the ETF Masterclass. So I would leave it at that, at saying that if you feel or any investor feels that there are active fund managers who can beat the benchmark, then the proportion of active fund management should be more. But the moment one realizes that that data is building and that data is readily available, it is not you cannot be in denial of that data. Once you see that data, it is better to immediately shift to passives is a submission which I'd like to leave behind.
Sure. And Swarup, just last two questions very quickly, running out of time. So one question is coming from Muzammil, since we touched upon core and satellite strategy for ETFs. So if somebody has to ask, should we use ETFs for core or satellite? What is the answer? And the second question is coming from Raghav, that which is a diagonally opposite question to some extent. Since we are saying about mutual fund in a slightly different tone, does it make sense that we move all money from mutual funds to ETFs?
Yeah, both questions are very relevant today. When you look at the core of the portfolio, and there is always this discussion of large caps and I'll say the multi-cap or flexi-cap category underperforming the benchmark, there is already a case developing for the core of the portfolio to shift to low-cost passives, that is ETFs. Already a case. And that's what I'm saying. It's better not to be in denial anymore. If you find some fund managers who are beating the benchmark, then that part of that core should be in the active side. Otherwise, the rest, from a pure data, unemotional perspective, that is already done. That data is already there in front of us, right? I don't want to go into specific data, but to answer your question directly, yes, the core should shift already to passives, and there is enough data and relevance in the market. And I'm sure in the next few days, you will see that coming out. And the second question, Ankit, I didn't recollect.
So it was a diagonally opposite. Should you move entire money to
Actually,
ETFs?
you can. I mean, like I said, I mean, you see, when you look at the cost differential, and I used to believe that, and there was general belief that the disruption from the benchmark deviation will happen on the large cap, which was going on for some time. But if you see the recent rally that has run up between April and now, and we were thinking in this rally there would be great outperformance by active fund managers, especially on the mid-cap side. Unfortunately, the underperformance on the mid-cap side has been larger than other parts. So that's what I'm saying. it's the right time that we are having this discussion.